sometimes when I sit here, I forget how to breathe normally. Because sometimes, not sometimes, but whenever I do these things, I feel like I'm face to face with the universe itself. Maybe that's why I also get shy a lot of the times. I know where I should begin earlier when I hit record, but then when I started speaking, I'm suddenly lost again. Because this is not just a single thing. Like I said to you, whenever I speak about something, it's not just really one thing that I am speaking about. I am trying to control the other doors in my head from opening. Because otherwise I will not speak at all. If they open all at once, I think my mouth will just be paralyzed. Although the insides of my self is on fire. It's really hard to speak when you have a lot of things to say. But I guess somehow this exploration has already begun, since I am feeling a lot of things already, and it messes up with the way I am constructing my sentences, because I feel like I'm going circles and circles. Well, it started with that one incident that made me realize that I'm still attached to the very thing that I thought I have left in the previous lifetimes. And usually when I tell this story, when people ask about things that is related to this, I tell it in such a way that it's very abrupt, beginning and the end, and then that's it. There's actually a messier version of this, where there are tears everywhere, and I haven't published that. I'm not sure if I will. I addressed it to someone in the future who I know will understand why I had to do that, and why I had to get it out of my system. But I haven't published it because I'm not sure really if So yeah, when I tell the story of something that's related to this, I only tell it in such a way that it begins then it ends. I can actually that's not my filler word, that's someone's filler word that rubbed off on me. I can tell you how I normally tell it to people when they ask. Well, we met in I'm not sure if I should go public on where we met, but well, we met when I was there, and then he's married now. And that's it. I don't really go into what's in the story. I go to the starting point and the end point, and that's it. And usually people don't really dig deeper, and I guess I like it that way, that they don't ask further questions. Since there is a beginning, there is an end, it's complete, we can move on. And before, I thought that the reason for this is that I don't want people to get into my business. Like I said, the things that I talk about a lot of things, but there are things that in a way I try to protect, so I don't speak about them. And I guess this is me experimenting on that thing. Also, maybe the way that it will have a lesser impact once it rises again is if I don't treat it like it matters. And the way I treat things that matter is that I keep it to myself. And now I'm trying this different approach of not keeping it to myself. And I'm not sure if I can do that, but I will try. What am I doing to this world? What am I doing in this world? So like I said before, I thought that the reason why I don't speak about the middle part is that I don't like people to get their hands on my memories, my business. I want to keep it to myself. But then, as I go through my life, I realize that not only, but one of the reasons why I don't speak about things is that it's possibly that I can't. I'm incapable of going through it again. Maybe. But today, that thing, I got I am over it. I am over it. Like I said, maybe in one of my videos. I have fully let go of the person. And I know for sure that even if it so happens that our paths cross again, there wouldn't be anything that will make them intertwine once more because of the way things ended. So I know that. It's just that I felt something that I didn't know. I felt some kind of life earlier. And the reason for this is that there is a friend that reminded me of him. The gesture, the playfulness, the softness, and I don't really know what it is because I know for sure that it has nothing to do with him as an entity, and it has nothing to do with my friend as an entity. It's that thing in between that they share. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain because I know that I see my friend as a friend, and I see the person who I used to love as someone that I used to love. But there is this something in between that resides in my soul that is its own entity, and it's there. And I didn't know this until today, that there is something, because I used to think that, well, maybe it's because you haven't moved on. But I did. I have moved on. But there is this product of the path. There is this, when our paths met and we spent time and we became each other's best friend in a way, because that's actually how I see it. Though one of the reasons why it took me a long time to accept the fact that he's not coming back is that he was also my friend. And it's not just something romantic. I like him as a person. And there is some friendship there. And I think he's the first person I really trusted that much. And for me to understand that he's not coming back, it's not very easy to understand. That's why it took a while to accept as well. But what I'm trying to say is that, well, I just thought of an analogy. Let's say there are two gardeners and they planted one tree. I guess that's the best analogy that I can. Is it analogy or imagery? I'm not sure, but that's the best way I can make it understandable to someone who is not inside my brain. That's the best way I can say it. Imagine there are two gardeners and they planted the tree. They took care of it together. Then one day they decided that, well, I cannot take care of this tree anymore. And I guess maybe it's my fault. I didn't cut down the tree. He's not attached to the tree. Mind you, he's not attached to the tree. He helped me. He helped me with taking care of it for a while. And then he decided to continue his life somewhere else. And I was left with the tree that I could also. But then, I'm not sure if there was even a possibility of cutting the tree. I don't know, now that I have put it in such an image. I'm not sure if I'm correct also, but that's the closest thing I could get for now. Yeah, the two gardeners having this tree that they took care of together when they were still friends. And their paths sort of divided at some point, and then there's this tree. And it's alive, and it's here somewhere. And I didn't know that it exists still until I met a person who showed similar ways of existing as the friend who I used to share the tree with, I guess, or took care of the tree. But then I'm not actively watering the tree, so I'm not sure why it's still alive. I don't know. I guess I've hit I've hit a wall. For now, I don't understand. I don't understand why it's still alive.